we bring the bubbliest podcasts. Welcome to Beer Bubbles!
Hello everybody and welcome back to Beer Bubbles, the number one bubbliest podcast in the world with a special guest today. Another podcast about beer from Sweden, Viktor from Hantverksbira.
Yes.
So Viktor from craft beer.
Hi everybody.
Introduce yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I'm Viktor from the podcast and Instagram account Hantverksbira. I was trying to find a name for this account and podcast without the Swedish letter Ö, and it was Hantverksbira, and I realized afterwards that it's no Ö, but it's no one outside Sweden understands it anyway.
Well, you're focused on the Swedish scene then.
Victor, you are kind of new to this game.
I'm really new to this game. I mean, I'm not new to craft beer, but I'm new in the friendly community of craft beer in Sweden.
But also podding society and like social media in all, basically, yeah?
Actually, I don't actually have a private account in any social media platform. I only have the Hantverksbira at the Instagram. That's all. That's enough.
What made you wanna, or before we ask that, we have poured Uppsala Brygghus Arabian Night coffee stout, and since you said you love Baltic porters, we felt that this was a good thing because it's dry, full of coffee.
Connor and Martin, thank you very much.
Connor Martin. Cheers and welcome to Beer Bubbles.
Thank you very much for having me here.
So, what made you start Hantverksbira?
It actually was like I have a friend. How's that pronounced? My wife's sister's husband.
Wife's sister.
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law. Brother-in-law. Yeah. Thank you.
Had to think there for a while.
Thank you. It was no. We have explored craft beer for like 15 years. We often travel on vacations together, and then we always try to make one or two brewery visits. And then I've been talking to him for 5-6 years. Why can't we do something else with this? Because we do it, and there are so many people here might be interested in what we do. But he's playing on the safe side. He always want to be secure, the Swedish hängslen and livrem, and
belt and suspenders.
Yeah, exactly. So I got just tired of him and started by my own. So I started with ordinary blog for Gbg Beer Week a couple of years ago. I talked to Fredrik, I believe is.
Because you're from Gothenburg?
I'm from Gothenburg, yes. And I reported about the daily happenings about this Gothenburg Beer Week. But then I realized that no one has time to read the blog anymore. So then I actually got to start my Instagram account. But I had it secret for my family members for a month. Because I've been that negative to social media. But then one Sunday dinner, I actually told them that, I'm sorry, I have started one account.
I'm now on Instagram,
Yeah.
but not as me.
I've sold out.
And actually, a lot of my followers, 95% don't know my name. My name is Viktor, but I'm only...
Now they do.
Because
Now
when we were talking a few months ago when we started to plan this, I asked you about your name. You didn't answer me about your name. So I'm like, the fuck, what is his name? I don't know.
So I go under Hantverksbira. That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good enough. But as I guess you have experience as well on festivals and fairs and so, people come knocking on your shoulder and, hi there. And I look like, who's you? Who are you? Who are you? Yeah, I know you. Oh, okay. Interesting.
This community is one of the nicest communities in Sweden, in the world, I'd say, because we're all in something that gives joy to people. What got you into beer in the beginning?
It was to go from macro beer to craft beer was it was a quick travel, but it was a huge travel at the same time. So
Neil Armstrong moment.
Yeah, one step
for man, but a big leap for humanity. Yeah.
But to go to have the first beer in the bar like a macro beer, and the second beer like a craft beer. That step is a huge step for you, like taste buds and your mind, but it's a really short moment in like mankind. So that
what beer was the pivot point?
It was Brooklyn East India Pale Ale.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Today that might be a macro beer as well, sort of.
Well, it's brewed at a big brewery in upstate New York called FX Matt, but still back then it was something totally different than your average lager.
Sure was, and that got the spark for me. And then I just wanted to explore more of how can I find the beers that have this kind of different taste to the ordinary ones. Of course, I have had like some British ales and also British like Strongbow cider and so on before, but that didn't get me to spark like this one did.
But I know you still work full time with not beer.
Absolutely,
you have an ordinary job. What gives you the motivation to? Because you post a lot. I've seen your Instagram and you post a lot, and it's a lot of time consuming going into that. What gives you the motivation to keep going, and what is the goal of doing this? Yeah,
the goal I've tried to spread out for a few people that I met in recent months. It's like during next year, 2024, I would like to work with beer 1 day a week, to have like some kind of salary for 1 day a week. But anyway, the motivation is to be like in this kind of community that we sit here together. And I mean, this has opened up so many doors. I mean, I had like a podcast with the founder of Innocent Gun, Douglas Sharp, recently. And yesterday I was at Örebro Fest and interviewed some brewers from Switzerland and from Slovenia. I mean, you meet so damn lot of nice people, and I love it.
It must be a bit like when first I met Steve Grossman from Sierra Nevada.
Oh God, what
I don't normally get like starstruck, but without Sierra Nevada, we would still be drinking macro lagers in Sweden, basically. Because without Sierra Nevada, the revolution in the US, or Sierra Nevada, Anchor and Brooklyn,
maybe
Founders, but Sierra Nevada was actually the first proper American like pale ale that turned up at Systembolaget.
Mm-hmm.
And without that, I think we would still be drinking just macro lagers. And the first time I met Steve, I was a bit weak at the knees because that is beer royalty, really. It's like it's crazy. And now I met him like 7 or 8 times, and he's always friendly. And we spoke.
Yeah, I met him twice now. First time just for a short while, and then the second time a few weeks ago we get to do an interview with him. And
up in Stockholm.
That man is just it's amazing,
and it's absolutely awesome. And these moments are actually what gives this some value, basically. It's like it gives you the sense of, hey, we're doing this together, and it's really awesome.
Yeah, because I actually see myself like total nobody and newbie in this, and although I'm getting the opportunity to meet like you guys here and get to sit in your cellar and interview some of the largest breweries in the world. And that's amazing. It's so damn friendly.
It is evidence that this is the nicest fucking business to be in.
I normally say that people in this business are a bit askew. They're kind of off-centered. Not really, but well, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because you have to take all your fucking money, everything you have, and throw into this black hole, which is, I'm going to start a brewery. Yeah. You have to be a bit weird.
Every brewery you ask, should I do this? Don't.
No. No way.
I did a show once about going from home brewer to starting a proper brewery. And I spoke to Richard at Bibliotek.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so what should we tell the people? What should we tell them to think about when they start their own brewery? And he's like, don't.
Short,
because
quick.
It's shit. It's hard work. It's 24/7 work, and you're not sure you're going to get any money back.
I actually managed to stay away from even home brewing so far. I never brewed a beer in my whole life, and because I think there are so many guys out there doing this that perfect way.
But should we do a collab with the brewery? Beer bubbles, Hantverksbira and a brewery.
Yeah,
a
but then
brewery do a collab beer.
Yeah, absolutely. But then the brewery has, I mean, the main the responsibility for it.
We'll go there, drink some beer, and watch them make the beer.
Yeah, maybe throw in the hops and so on.
I had the same, like, as you said, I didn't want to brew because I'm leaving the brewing to the people that brew.
Yeah, they know how to do it.
But I did it. I brewed once so far, and I'm going to do another batch for something else.
That was kind of nice, though.
Home in your kitchen, or?
Yeah, in my kitchen, yeah. Thank you. I actually got a very good response for that beer, which I'm surprised about. But I have severe ADHD and I'm an OCD nerd, so I cleaned out my kitchen, I sanitized everything, and I'm like, okay, step by step. It took me like 11 hours, but the reason I did it was because I wanted to get a deeper understanding into the process. That I've seen breweries make the beer. I've been told 100,000 times how to make the beer. But I'm gonna be alone in my kitchen. I actually make the beer, and it gave me a lot of insight to what the progress actually is. And then I imagine doing this like 100,000 times bigger. I'm like, no, thank you.
But on that note, should we try the beer that I've actually contributed to?
We should. And before you can open and pour it, because I'm going to ask you a question now.
I just want to recall to what you said. That might be the only option that I brew a beer to get the better understanding. It's alive.
It's alive.
Get the better understanding about the challenges that the brewers has, and also how can everything around the beer affect and set some traces in the brew. So my podcast sidekick Johan, he doesn't like to be called sidekick Johan, but is only there for like 20-25%. So I think I have the veto to call him that. He is a little bit into actually try to brew in the kitchen. So maybe we can have some nice company who would like to give us a home brewing kit and try that and brand it with Hantverksbira. This has an interesting color.
This is surly, which is the old Gotland word for alambic.
Oh, okay.
So it's a spontaneously fermented beer from Snausarve on Gotland. Nina and Kalle. Fucking awesome guys.
Fucking love you, Nina.
Some of the best in the beer business in Sweden.
And some of the nicest.
I got some plums called Krikon. They're like the original stem of what plums is today, from a friend of mine called Christopher.
But not like red plums.
No,
like
this is
yellow ones.
The Krikon are actually blue or yellow.
Okay.
And these were yellow. They are distinguished by they have a really flat kernel or seed.
Maybe?
Yeah. And I got these Krikons. I boiled them down, made a puree, no sugar, just a bit of water and the fruit. Boiled it down, and I sent the puree to Snausarve. And they made a lambic with this puree. And they ended up...
Lambic style.
And surly.
Yeah, surly.
Not lambic. It ended up being like 60 bottles. That's it.
60.
Yeah. So this is one of them. And if you smell it, it's got this tutti fruity plum feeling to it. I really love the nose and the flavor of this beer.
But I mean, Snausarve is really amazing in doing. I had one of the saison at GSBF, Great Swedish Beer Festival, and it was really amazing. It was the first beer on that evening, so it was like a perfect start.
And me and Rasmus, we are actually going down this summer. He doesn't know yet. But we are going down this summer to make a Flemish Red with Sandberg at Snausarve for the Beer Bubbles beer.
Which is going to be beer coming.
So it's going to be made next summer at Snausarve. So cheers.
Cheers.
Nice to be here, guys.
Nice to have you. Now the question I had, because we talk a lot.
Sorry.
It's delicious. It is.
Because I don't like plums at all. I never eat plums, but it doesn't taste like plums. No, or.
But no,
I mean, yeah.
The thing with this beer is I kept the seeds in because I wanted some of the bitterness from the seeds to go out in the beer. So you have like the dryness, the sourness, but also a bit of bitterness from like bitter almonds or like that note from the seeds, which actually helps it and makes it lighter as well.
Interesting.
I like it. Sorry
Sorry.
for interrupting.
It's time's the charm. We talk a lot about in this podcast, or in the business as well, that Gothenburg is the main town of Sweden. Like it's a capital of beer when it comes to Sweden.
No, it's a brewery capital.
Brewery capital when it comes to Sweden. And that Stockholm is the beer bar capital of Sweden. As I'm from Gothenburg, and I'm sure you've been interested in craft beer for a lot of years. How have you seen the brewery scene evolve in Gothenburg during the last few years, and what bars is the best ones to go to in Gothenburg?
I mean, it's quite seldom that you are tourist in your own hometown. So I mean, I like to explore the places outside Gothenburg more than inside Gothenburg. Actually, I mean, there are quite a few great places in Gothenburg I've never visited. It's really strange. But the latest trend is actually that the breweries open up their own pubs and bars instead of they are like in Akkurat style. And of course we have
Stigbergs and all started their own bars.
Yeah, it's quite a few of them, and Vega and so has as well. And of course we have like Haket and so on, and all the brewers bars.
You have Haket, you bastards. I'd go there every day of the week if I had that place up here.
Haket is always Haket.
To me, it's the best beer bar in Gothenburg.
Yeah. It's really great. I mean, there are of course quite a lot of others as well, but Haket has always taken the side of the small craft breweries and supported them. And okay, I can buy a keg of chew, just support you. They are really rewarded, and the brewers. I mean, I had one from I think it's Lidköping, Vigrum Bryggeri. It has one. It's got the first keg at Haket like last week, and of course he got down from the hometown, go to the Haket and buy his own beer at Haket. Of course,
as you do.
Maybe. And I also know that the first time he got it at Systembolaget, he got to Systembolaget, bought his own beer, and paid for it, and got it home just because he could.
That is kind of showing you what these brewers are like. They're really proud of what they do, and when they get recognition, they want to be there.
Yeah, they want to be there themselves.
Yeah.
But to try at least to answer your question, I mean, I really like Station Linné or Station Linné at Linnéplatsen in Gothenburg. I think they are great, and they have like a lot of these classic German styles as well. And they used to have like the Oktoberfest weekend or week or something like that with all the classic styles. Because I also live pretty close, so I can have my bicycle over there, so I can have a couple of beers and then go home. That's perfect.
Nice.
Well, if you live close to Linnéstan, you got all the best beer bars just at your doorstep, basically.
Yeah, more or less. It's not walking distance, but it's like bicycle distance, at least.
Or by tram.
Yeah, of course. By tram, but then the tram ends up by like 20-minute walk from my place, so I'd have to walk.
Okay.
But that always like.
So then you sober up before you get
home.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's a good one to have like a little walk. You should have like a small pit stop with the new beer halfway, but that's not going to happen. Divided question. The best beer bars, and I mean,
the brewery scene in Gothenburg, because they all started about the same time and grew together with Olov, Stigberget. I don't know if Spike was in that too. And they all grew together. As a beer nerd in Gothenburg, did you see any of that process, or did it go by? They all started up at Ringön, became like the brewery capital of Gothenburg. Did any of that, like for you as a beer nerd, did that make you happy, or how did that evolve? And
I'm a little bit ashamed to again say that I'm a really bad tourist in my hometown, and I mostly visited like foreign brewers have the tap takeovers in Gothenburg instead of visit the hometown brewers.
In my opinion, the problem that Gothenburg beer bars have is that you can almost only find Gothenburg beers in Gothenburg. It's like when you go to a beer bar, it's like all the Gothenburg beers, and they are great.
Of course.
But it's really hard to find something else, because the beer bars are really focused on just local
ones. But then you have like in Stigberget, that open up Stigberget's Foot.
Yeah.
To have their beers in Stockholm area. Was it like their way of getting their beer up in Stockholm?
Yes and no.
Yes, yeah.
Because the beer bar Stigberget's Foot doesn't just only hold Stigberget's beers.
Okay.
It also has beers from quite a variety of other breweries.
And
They have one of my favorite lagers, which is a Råthaus lager from Tannensäffle from Råthaus, which is a fantastic lager. So
I must interrupt. Last time I had that one, it was I got in the little shop at Frankfurt Airport, and I got this Råthaus Pils. Ooh, it was amazing. I had it from a small hotel glassware at the hotel room. It was amazing.
And the thing is, it's so clear.
Yeah.
You can actually put the glass up to your face and you see straight through it.
Straight ahead. Yeah.
It's the definition of Reinheitsgebot.
Yeah, well, basically, it's a beautiful. If you find Tannensäffle Råthaus lager anywhere, drink it for God's sake. Yeah.
Yeah. Even in the hotel room, and it's
out of a fucking floor rinsing glass.
The thing is,
floor tants glass.
Everybody says this is never the right time to drink the beer. It's like, it's not the right time tonight. It's not the right time tonight. I always refer to the movie Sideways when he drinks his fucking 19-something fancy wine for several $1,000s per bottle in a brown paper bag in a restaurant while eating some fast food. That's the moment he chose to drink this. You can drink it whenever you want to. If you feel like having this beer or this wine, drink it. Yeah. If you get the feeling, have it. Because saving it and having it stored for later, as we talked about in your podcast before, for the Swedish people listening, we're going to be in Hantverksbira as well. So we have an episode there, which is about over an hour, I think.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
I think it's probably going to be out before ours, though.
Probably, yeah.
And because you are quicker on updating your podcast
on everything
than
you guys.
We give you that. And we talked about aging beer and aged beer. Do you have any experience in drinking aged beers? Is that something you gotten into yet, or?
I always try to age my own beer at my beer closet at home.
What temperatures do you keep?
That's the natural temperature. I don't have a beer fridge.
I'm gonna go get something to wipe up.
We will talk about this.
I actually had we bought this party cooler. I mean this cylinder fridge, and according to my family, it should be a party cooler, not a beer cooler. Yeah. They're really. As soon as I say it's a beer cooler or ölkyl, that's no, it's a party cooler. You cannot have only for beers. No. So, but of course it's only beer in it. Yeah. But the beer that I store is just the bottle from then to then. It's no systematical beer aging. Okay. But I always try to, if I get the opportunity, to try out, like I had today, some aged beer. But I think it's a bit challenging because you want the fresh one aside to see how it's evolved and changes over the time.
Of course. Have you ever had the App 12 from St. Bernardus?
Yes, right. But not that old one.
No, so you've had
you were. I noticed you leading into this.
Yep. So yeah, I'm building this. So we're gonna try St. Bernardus App 12 from 2016 now, and it's good that you have had it before, so you know what it tastes like fresh. So we're gonna have it. It is 9 years old, going to 10. So something will have happened, and looking forward to trying it.
That's
so
7 years old.
But how do you think that
Rasmus is not really able to count anything?
7.
But 7 years old, and
I'm a few beers. As you see in the video, we're a few beers in now.
But how do you think that will taste when you have the little acidity in your throat from this one?
Really good, because this is a real good palate cleanser. And after the other ones, I think this is because this is one of my absolute favorite Belgian quadruples ever. Or no, sorry, this is my favorite quadruple. I remember going back to Bruskeville again. Rasmus, when we went down, actually bought 2 Magnum bottles of this on the way down.
I heard it before.
On the way down, and he comes to me
lovely.
Saturday night. I'm having a beer at a bar after everything is done. We've been to the festival. I've been down to Pub Nessie, one of the favorite pubs in Helsingborg, and I'm in another pub having a beer, and he comes in and says, "Have you got the car key?" Shit-faced.
When somebody drunk asks you about the car keys, say no.
Have you got the car key? Yeah, I do. Do you have the key to the garage? Yeah, sure. Oh, give him to me. And he went down to the garage, got one of the bottles out of the boot, and they sat with 7-Eleven cups, drinking Magnum bottle of St. Bernard's Up 12, and also gin and juice.
Nej, gin and the Pripps Blå.
Sacrilege. But it was the moment to drink it.
It was great. It was a lot of great breweries. Now I lost my question.
Again.
Should we say cheers then again?
We should say cheers.
Cheers, guys.
It's quite like...
It's like drinking liquid dates.
Yeah, it's
super dry. It's lots of its sweetness.
Yeah.
But it just builds into the flavors instead to me.
Yeah, the dry fruit keeps longer. And what I was gonna say about this one is that, you know, the us.Listen, which you've had before,
Yeah.
it's based on.
Yeah, I've read that, but I think that I don't know the age of that us.Listen that I had. I only had it once, and very late in the evening, maybe all early in the morning. But what I can recall was that was a little bit sweeter than this one, so maybe it was like younger. So
Probably, or also if every year could be the different. So if you had a St. Bernardus from 2014, 5 years old, it could be different from the one from 2015, 5 years old.
Yeah.
So every batch is different. Like
The fun thing about this label is that 1 in every 1,000 bottles, the monk actually winks. So if you buy a bottle of St. Bernardus Up, if you have enough of them, you'll have a bottle with a monk that goes.
that's really amazing. That's great. So I have to give you a question as well. I mean, it's like a visitor's question. If I should only buy one beer to store in my beer closet, because I only have a beer closet, not a beer cellar as you have, guys. What type of beer? No, what beer? Not what type of beer.
I gotta ask you first. Are we going sour or are we going strong black?
Strong
sweet?
black. Yeah, not sour.
to survive in that temperature as well, not to get damaged by not having the 13 degrees Celsius. It's kind of difficult because
It's way easy.
okay, what's your
So easy. Kaggen Stormarsporter.
Oh yeah, that's true.
The Kaggen,
That's
yeah.
true.
Kaggen Stormarsporter.
Yeah, that's true.
Double
That's-
oaked. Because I think that is the best Kaggen. I know they've been like first on rate beer for years and years, 100 out of 100. But Kaggen Stormarsporter double oaked is the best Kaggen I've tried in my life. And I will bet my left testicle that this is going to be the best maturable beer ever made.
Even in a closet.
Even in a closet. The darker, the stronger the beer is,
Yeah.
it will survive more. And I've actually had old Rasputin from North Coast that's been standing on a windowsill in the light after 5 years, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So they're like dark bottle, small bottle.
So to answer that,
really
question,
small.
Yeah.
I mean, to evolve on that question, storing something if you don't have the perfect temperatures, like dark, strong stouts and porters would probably survive better.
Yeah.
Rather than anything else. Like if you had an imperial brown ale, probably
maybe
wouldn't survive.
barleys, but hey,
Yeah, but something that really complex, strong in alcohol and dark, and as long as it's not like you still have the UV lights out because
Yeah, of course, yes, in the closet.
So that would survive the temperatures, I think.
Yeah.
and as
I
long
don't
as
know
it's
if
a
like a
steady
lambic-
temperature, there's no problem with temperature as well. As long as you keep it between like, it doesn't fluctuate like
No.
5-10 degrees up and down all the time. Steady temperature,
Yeah.
dark, Kaggen, any day of the week.
So
To me, at least.
and then I would like actually to buy like the box of them, and then buy like a new every year to just try out how it evolves.
That's the problem.
That's
'cause
the
they,
problem,
They
yeah.
make
That's
it
the
new
problem.
every year.
Yeah.
Oh, so what would you
So then it would like be Chimay, as I see over there.
Oh, yeah,
Chimay
yeah.
Blue.
Oh, Chimay Blue, yeah.
Chimay Blue would work
Yeah,
because they
definitely.
make the same recipe all the time.
Rockford 10.
Or this
Rockford
one.
10, St.
Up
Bernardus
12.
Yeah. But I asked for one.
Okay, then the App 12. The App 12.
Ab 12.
App 12.
I'd probably go for an Imperial Stout of some kind. Alesmith Speedway Stout.
Oh, that's delicious.
Speedy Stout.
Yeah.
Alesmith Speedway Stout.
But there are quite different kinds of editions of the Speedway
Ah, the
Stout.
regular- regular
no,
one.
but just the regular
Yeah,
Speedway
okay.
Stout.
Yeah.
Keep that. Try it every year. Keep another bottle and try them against each other after 10 years.
The great one.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
Really great one.
I'll do it.
And a fantastic brewery.
And
Yeah,
we-
Smith is really nice.
I know you have company waiting for you, so we're gonna wrap
he
podcast
told him he was going to be up in half an hour. We've been
doing half an hour plus 3 minutes. So.
and that was 15 minutes before we actually said.
I'm thinking
half
I'm
an hour.
actually inviting them down instead.
We're gonna finish up, and you're gonna ask the final question.
The final question, the hardest question in Beer Bubble. So if you have listened to the podcast, you know what the question is. If you haven't, you're getting it now. You're about to die right now, straight away. You can have one more beer, whatever you want. What are you having?
But it's only one.
It's only one. I'm not sure it's still produced because I don't know.
Doesn't matter. You can have anything you want.
Because it's the brewery from Åland called, I think it was Stallhagen. That's right. It's Stallhagen Baltic Porter.
It is. Oh, nice.
Delicious.
That is delicious. I haven't got it for years, but now I think I love it.
And the fun thing is, last week we did an interview with one of the founders of Stallhagen.
Hey, you did?
Jonas.
Yeah.
Jonas from Pilsvik Nu was one of the guys.
Yeah,
who
he was
started
one
up
of the
Stallhagen.
founders. Yeah, exactly.
And he was here doing a tasting on the last Wednesday. So
Yeah, they're celebrating 15 years this weekend.
Yeah.
And one of the this week.
Yeah, this week actually.
And
Yeah,
part of that was being here on Wednesday doing a Belgian tasting.
Great.
So, yeah.
I really love that Baltic Porter.
Yeah.
I think it was that one who really got me into the Baltic Porter for real.
Same for me.
I mean, they have it's so much and you have slightly smokiness in it, and you have so much taste.
It's a delicious Baltic
it's
Porter.
incredible.
Here it is.
Incredible.
I've had it at Elliot at the first time. You
I'm
know.
sorry, guys, but to me, there's only one Baltic Porter.
Which one's that?
Carnegie.
Carnegie.
Carnegie Porter is the
Is
OG Baltic
Is
Porter.
it still?
It is Baltic Porter still.
Okay.
It's
But
cold fermented.
is it
so
still that quality? It was before, because I heard different opinions.
If you can get it on tap,
Okay.
angels sing.
And the bottles stay good because we have a couple of bottles laying around here as well.
Guys, thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Cheers.
Victor, for
Victor,
being here. Cheers.
Cheers.
And
Whatever you do, guys, drink better beer. We bring the bubbliest podcasts. Welcome to Beer Bubble!